Are we on?
Hey.
Yeah, because it's got the red dot at the top. Hello. Man, this room looks big from there.
It really does. It's like it's really, really long.
And the plants are coming to get us across the top.
So, happy New Year. Happy 2022. We made it. And
Whew, praise Jesus.
I know. Whew. So if you are watching this, you know that we are not live.
We are alive.
We are alive, but we're just not
Live.
Facebook live. And reason
we
being,
Facebook recorded.
yes, we're Facebook recorded because we are at home on this Friday because of bad weather.
Yes.
So comment below and let us know what the weather's like where you're at. We're just gonna still act like we're live though.
Of course we
Yeah.
are. We always act like we're live. What else would we do?
I know, it's just us.
See, we don't get like the really pretty, nice snow that comes down like they do in Gatlinburg that I
Yeah.
had this past weekend. It was wonderful, but it was like, I'm not kidding, 7 to 12 inches in places.
Wow.
And it was the most gorgeous thing. We get ice here.
Well, we had that one snow years ago, and that was when
That was wonderful.
yeah, Chelsea went to her friend's house and went sledding, and I mean that was when she was in high school.
This don't sled.
Yeah, this don't sled
This
either.
does good to walk.
This does good too. This is the kind that stays in the house and reads a book and has some hot chocolate or something.
And make snow cream.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's me.
It's like I guess it was last year we had a little small snow.
Yeah, we didn't have
And-
much.
Chelsea and her dad was outside. They was playing in the snow, and I was watching out the door. And then the next thing I know, there was a
Wham.
yeah, got me from out of nowhere.
You know what's fun? So you get somebody in the shower that's really getting in a hot shower, and then you go outside and you get snowballs, and you get somebody to, on the count of 3, to open the shower curtain, not so you can see them, but just so that, or you can just do it over the top.
Dump it over.
Priceless. It doesn't make for a very good day.
No, because after that,
It's on.
for you and that person.
Yeah, but it was fun while it lasted.
You and that person.
So if we do this, can you guess what we're going to talk about? Can you see them?
And
I don't
probably
have my
backwards.
I don't have my contacts in, so I can't see them on the screen.
Yeah, you might not be able to see them. And we're doing this a little different because upstairs is a little busy, and so we decided to come down in the children's room, which is probably my favorite part of this library.
It is mine too.
So it's really, really, I mean, you would think when children is really busy and going on, but it right now and it's just so calming and peaceful down here.
And it's really pretty.
It
with all
is.
the colors.
Yeah, and which leads us into what we're talking about. And I know that I posted about get ready for a brand new book chat. So what we're going to do, hopefully, we'll still be our normal, we can't be any other way but who we are.
I was waiting on what she was going to say. Kind of hanging out.
So, but we're going to try to help you become the best you in 2022 through books.
And we all need changes. We all can lose a little weight. We can be a little more mindful of what we put into our bodies and do a little more walking. Being kind.
Yes.
A lot kinder. I've noticed lately that people get so rushed, especially around Christmas and New Year's, and you do all these New Year's resolutions, and within the month of January, you're gung-ho. By February 1st, you are done, and you're ready to just to stop. I know one year we did pick a word for your year, which is really cool. You know, you don't have to be perfect, because we're not.
No.
We're not perfect. And if you get sidetracked or you get off course, whatever the case may be, tomorrow's a new day. Just pick it back up and start all over again. You may have to start all over 31 times, but that's okay. It's all right.
I was listening to this podcast earlier today, and some of the questions that the person was asking, and she has said to just be honest
Mhm.
and don't judge yourself. And I think we get so wrapped up in judging ourselves and trying to make ourselves be this or that for other
Somebody.
people.
Mhm.
And then when, like, if we don't have that person in our life anymore, then we lose who we are.
Right.
And it's a struggle sometimes.
And that could be your significant other.
Mhm.
That could be your friends. It could be anybody.
And not necessarily, I don't want to put, not just through death. You
Yeah.
can lose, like for me, when my kids left and I was an empty nester. I mean
That's hard.
that was something different for me, and losing yourself that way, or if you're divorced, or you just whatever the case may be, that you find yourself in a different situation, and you try to, I guess, and we've talked about this a lot, refinding yourself again.
Right.
Um,
You kind of get into a rhythm maybe of, okay, this is what I have to do. It's this, 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 and this. And if I don't get these two things done, then, you know, the whole day's gone. I have learned over the last few years that sometimes you just gotta let it go
yeah.
and make it what is easier for you. Not striving to be who Jane over here is or Sue is over here. Find your rhythm for what is comfortable for you, because that way you can kind of stay on and you can follow the course. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy, because nothing's easy, but
That's true.
it'll help you.
That's true.
This book, I think, is hilarious. I like the title. It says, Make Your Bed. And I just told Renee, I did not make my bed this morning.
I did.
Overachiever over here.
No, usually I don't.
Because we talked about this not too long ago.
Mhm.
I feel like my day is undone if I don't make my bed. And this morning I looked at it 3 different times and was like, I'm not doing it today. And then it's kind of like, I should have done it. And dishes in the sink.
Mhm.
There are dishes in my sink, and I usually get those cleaned up at the end of the day or the end of the night before I go to bed. Didn't do it last night. But today's a new day. And tomorrow's going to be a new day. It may be snow on the ground, which will be really cool.
That would be really nice.
Or ice. That's not so cool. But it talks about in here how if you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and then another task, and then another. By the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that little things in life matter.
I like that. I like
think
that.
that's pretty cool.
'Cause
Because they do.
Yeah, I think we're so focused on the big stuff, and we were talking about this the other day upstairs. We have forgotten how to like dream and be visual people. Not so much visual, but we live in the future. We're always thinking about what we got to do next week. What we got to do this. So what do we got to do this? That we forget to take time to live in the moment.
Right.
And I like that book, Make Your Bed, because that you're going to focus on just that moment, because you got to make your bed, and you should feel very proud of yourself if you get up and you make your bed, because
It just kind of makes you. I know the other day I got 2 pillows for Christmas.
oh, I love
2 more
that.
pillows. I have 1, 2, 3. There's 6 pillows, except for my pillow sham thingies, whatever you call those, that are on my bed. So yesterday morning, when I made my bed, I turned around, looked at it, and went, probably don't need that many pillows on this bed. But you know what? It's my bed. I don't really care. Nobody sees it but me and Simon, who is the cat, and my grandson, when he decides to come back and say hello. But it just, you know, you kind of just go, ha, yay, and go on about your day. And if you don't, you go in and you look at it when you get home, you're like, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But-
I heard the other day, like you can't live in clutter. You can't.
It drives me insane.
Yeah.
And the other day, I just closed my sewing room door because it looks like Christmas and Thanksgiving exploded in there. So I just shut it
Yeah,
so I don't have to look at it.
it even if your mind is not cluttered, if your house is cluttered, then you
Oh.
just feel like
You're
everything
smothering.
is just everything is falling apart, and it closes you up somehow.
does.
So this is a trick, and I've heard this from several different people and several different occasions. This person that I heard it from this week had said, go to Amazon, buy you a brand new trash can, big size trash can.
Why can't you go to Walmart?
Well, you can go to Walmart, just wherever you want it. You want. I mean, you can
How
go to.
big?
Well, as big as the. I would go for the biggest, not the biggest rolly one, but the kind that you can has a lid on it. Take it to the room that you feel the most cluttered in. Take everything that is cluttered in that room and put it in a trash can. Put the lid on it and put it in the corner. Now, in the next 3 to 6 months, if you don't need anything out of that trash can, throw it away, because you don't need it.
See, in my mind, that works for your closet. You know, if I don't wear this within 3 months, I'm just going to throw it out or you know, donate it. Well, my 3 months was like forever and a day. So I don't remember when I did it. I think it was Thanksgiving weekend. 9 bags.
Wow.
Because stuff I had taken out and just put in a box somewhere and then put it in another box
Yeah.
somewhere. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But
then I
once you-
felt like, whoo,
Yeah.
yay. Then I went back to the sewing room.
Yeah. See, once you do it, you feel like you feel lighter.
Yes,
I
you
think.
do feel lighter. Even though you didn't do
Yeah.
anything with what you have on, you feel better.
You do. That clutter is gone, and that whole trash can thing is.
That's a good idea.
Like one of my friends had told me that because in my office, I'm like, I can't get anything done. It's too cluttered in here. I can't
So you go to the kitchen
concentrate.
table.
Yeah, and then it's cluttered too, because that's usually where the landing place for the mail. And so
Anything else that you find.
yeah, because we don't really eat at the kitchen table anymore unless it's a holiday. But
Then you clean it off, put it in a box, and
and
put
then-
it somewhere else.
so
I know this.
So,
I do
yeah,
this.
so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get a brand new trash can, throw everything in there, and if I don't, I'm giving myself, they said 6 months, I'm giving myself 3 months, because if I don't need it, think about it in 3 months, I'm not going to in 6 months.
That's true.
And I'm a paper freak. Like, I hold on to all kind of little paper. And
Me
you
too.
can... Like, you can download this stuff I don't know how many times, or you can print it off. You don't need to keep 50
You can
sheets.
put it on your phone. I found that out this past weekend. That was
Scan
pretty
it
cool.
on your phone.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know you could do that.
yeah,
That's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I went, oh, wow.
yeah,
And they said, then you can send it to whoever you need to send it to, or you can just keep it.
right. So there's all kind of ways. And that's what I want these new book chats to be about. We have these issues and stuff, and instead of just talking about them, let's find ways to do something about them.
Right.
And then get rid of it, and we can move on to the next. And
And let us know if you have any ideas of what you can do.
Right.
Or what your, I'm not going to say resolutions because everybody
Yeah.
messes those up. What your choices are
yes,
for starting off the new year better than last year.
right. I mean, and it doesn't, everybody talks about weight and stuff. Yes, that is important and stuff. But if your mind is not ready for that, it's not going to work.
Right.
So let's start with other stuff and then build up to that. If you get the mind ready, the rest of the stuff is going to follow. like Brene Brown, she's really good about pulling stuff out of you and making you really think about life.
She does.
It's
Really good.
She is, so if you have not read anything by Brene Brown, please, please, please. This back says, true belonging doesn't require us to change who we are. It requires us to be who we are. To me, I had to read that a couple of times because I'm thinking, well, we're trying to change ourselves. No, we're trying to become a better version of who we really are.
Right.
You know, you don't have to, now, unless you are a very negative person, then yes, I would say we need to change that.
Yes.
But I guarantee somewhere deep down inside, there's a reason behind why you're negative and you're really a joyful person.
Yes. You just got to figure out what that is.
Yeah. And that's why, like, people like self-help books, no. They really give you a different outlook and a different point of view, I guess. Like one of our other favorite books, Girl Wash Your Face and Girl Stop Apologizing.
Those are really good books.
Those are another really good books. I didn't bring those down because I picked up these because I think they're like some of the ones that people really don't think about. And this one, Tiny Habits, look, I can't even read.
Okay.
The tiny small changes that changes everything. Tiny habits. The tiny small change. That don't make sense though. The tiny small changes, habits.
It says tiny habits, the small changes that change everything.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know. It's big in big letters, so I figured you'd read that first. Who knows?
Oh God. This is about like how you think and about human behavior. So, like I said, it goes back to the way you think about things and the way you look at life, and changing just those small things make big changes.
They do. I just picked this one up. It's The Mindful Day by Laurie Cameron. It says on the inside cover, this is pretty cool. It says, here's your guide to living with focus, clarity, intention in a high-tech, fast-paced world. There are 5 bullet points. Wake up to joy, create a morning routine, focus your wandering mind. If you're like me, my routine every morning is the same, every single morning. And this morning, I get up, and of course, I didn't make my bed, but that's beside the point. I get coffee and I sit down, and I usually sit down in my sewing room, but I didn't sit down in my sewing room because it's driving me insane because it's cluttered. So I sit down on the couch, and I have my Christmas tree on. Yes, I still have my Christmas tree up. It's probably going to stay up another few days.
No judgment.
No judgment. And I'm thinking how random everything is in there. If I'm in my sewing room, I have a wall that I have people's names on. And I pray for them every day. And in my living room, I don't have that. And I thought, well, I got this. So I'm sitting there, and then your mind wanders. Oh, wonder where they're going, or what's going on outside, or what this and that. Be purposeful in what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Be purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, focus your wandering mind. Sometimes that's a hard thing to do, but sometimes you just got to block everything out and just sit for a few minutes with your eyes closed. Breathe in and breathe out. It says, see your loved ones with fresh eyes and transition peacefully from day to evening. I mean, you know, we can look at this book all day long. This book is not going to, this is not going to change us. We have to want it. You have to want it. You can read, like she said, self-help books all the time. But if you don't put anything to practice,
Right.
you might as well leave them on the shelf.
Right. And that's what I was telling Dana earlier. I said, you know, well, I told you guys too. Let's find what is bothering us. Let's find a way to fix it. And then, like she said, let's put it into practice and let's go do it.
Right.
So let's hold each other accountable. Post in the comments about what's something that is really driving you insane. For me, it's my office.
Me, it's my sewing room.
And so we can sit here and talk about it all day long and let it keep bothering. Mine's been bothering me for years.
Because if we're standing here talking about it, nothing's happening
That's
over there.
right. So what are we going to do about it? We are going to fix it. And let's hold each other accountable. Hey, you can ask us, hey, did you do anything about that sewing room? Did you do anything about that office?
And you will know by my face if I did or not.
You can be like Rose and Sherry and call us and ask, hey, did you?
Yeah. And we don't even know them personally. We just know them on here, and I can't wait to meet them.
I
Someday
know.
they're going to come here.
That's right. That's right. We hold each other accountable. Post in the comment what you want to work on for the next week, or for let's do small.
Don't do something huge.
Right.
Like go in there and just, I'm going to do all this today. No. If you have the time, that's great. But don't overwhelm yourself, because once you do that and you don't get it done, there goes the door shut again because I didn't do this.
Right. Then you start setting in judgment of yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No.
Now, I may go home today and clean up and get some garbage out of my room and all this kind of stuff, but I know it's not gonna be magically done, because I am not bewitched and I can't twitch my nose and make it work.
It would be nice.
Some days that would be really nice,
It really would.
but it doesn't happen that way.
Right. And if you set out today to go in and, like what Dana, go in and say, okay, I'm cleaning up the sewing room. I'm staying in here today and I'm going to clean it up. And you go in there and you work for an hour and you're like, I'm done. Pat yourself on the back.
Yes.
Don't get down on yourself because you told yourself, I'm staying in here all day. Look.
Some days it's not practical.
No. You got things to do, and sometimes your mind starts wandering. It's just like when we read shelves here, and
That's
we
my
want
least
to,
favorite thing to
yeah,
do.
and we want to get so much of it done because we really don't like doing it. And reading shelves is making sure that everything is alphabetized right, everything
Yes.
is labeled right. It's not pulling books out and reading them.
No, it is reading the spines, making sure the titles are in order, making sure they're in the, like she said, the right spot. And in this room down here, all these books over here are just in alphabet order. They're children's. They're not in any alphabet. They are just an author order, starting with A. These books on this side are in alphabetical order and numerical order in the Dewey Decimal System. Drives me insane, because I was just, when she came down here, I was finding all these R's in the T's and all the S's, and I said, this is driving me insane, because
Yeah.
the one book I can't find is probably misplaced somewhere, and it's going to take forever to find it.
Right.
I know what it looks like.
Yeah, and so that's another thing. We spend a lot of time here at work. That's the reason I think sometimes with your work, they become more than your work partner. They become your family, because you spend more time with them than you do your regular family.
Right.
And we have to be organized here. We have to be. We
Yes.
have to be in order for our jobs to work.
Right.
When we go home, we need to be organized. See the difference in the wording and then the difference in the feeling. And so that's why we get home and we're like, oh, I can do that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to stop that, and we're going to make home just as organized as we are here. And I'm saying that we because, I'm throwing that out there and throwing Dana under the bus. So
It's hard, because when you go home from here, like, I don't have my contacts on, so y'all are fuzzy right now, because I just didn't put them in today, because they messed up yesterday. And I was trying to read shelves back here thinking, this is ridiculous. This is useless to do today because I can't see that
because
well.
you can't see.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. Tomorrow is a new day.
Yes.
Upstairs, Brooke, bless her heart, we got in donations on top of donations on top of donations yesterday.
There are so many boxes
Yes.
of books up there.
Yes, and then she wanted to take the Christmas tree down yesterday, and so she got the tree down, and then when she came back to the office and looked at the book, she was like,
She is a worker.
she is. She is, from the moment she comes in to the moment she leaves.
Yes.
She makes me tired.
Yes.
But I appreciate her doing that, because
Wow.
if she didn't, there's no telling what our job
She is very diligent.
She
She
is.
is, and just an amazing young lady.
Yes, and not only I'm sure that she's like that at home as
Yeah.
well. That's just her personality,
Yeah.
and we love that about her. But I told her, I said, you know what? Those books will be here tomorrow.
Yes.
They are not going anywhere. So,
Because
but
the book fairy is not going to come and put them up. We don't have
No.
one of those.
I wish we did.
It would be nice.
So, and she's tackled all the books now. They are, yeah. By the time I get back up there now, that whole office area will be.
Oh, well, let me just tell you, we have 2 floors here.
Mm-hmm.
The top floor is adult, the bottom floor is juvenile and children. We have stairs, and we had an elevator till it decided not to work any longer. It kind of just went, nope, sorry, not today. And it's been not today for over a month.
Over a month.
And so bringing all these books up and down the steps is murder. It is just crazy. You don't realize how much you really use something till you can't use it.
Right.
So that's the same way in our lives. We get so used to, oh, well, we'll just do this and we'll just do this. And then it's kind of like my sewing room and like her office. Oh, okay. Now's the time we've got to fix this. So I was told today that the elevator may be starting to be fixed within the month, which is wonderful.
Yay!
So then we can have a cart and bring the 450 books that we have every day for children's books downstairs, which would be nice.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize how much you use something until you can't
Until
use
you
it.
can't.
So make it easier on yourself.
That's right.
When you get something, I've learned, this is my thing, this has started the first of the year. When I get mail, usually I'll just bring it in and lay it on the table. And then there's a stack that's probably this high, and I'm looking at it going, half of that's probably junk mail that I just didn't throw away. So now I bring it in, look at it. If I don't want it, I tear it apart and tear it up and throw it in the garbage. What I do keep, I keep. It makes me feel better.
Yeah.
And it's little. That's minute compared to anything else that I have in that room. But it's just that one thing that I do daily that makes me feel better.
Tiny changes.
Yes.
Tiny changes.
That's how it starts.
And the book, don't sweat the small stuff.
Because it becomes the big stuff.
It does. So don't overlook just the small things that you can do in your daily life. And she was talking about morning routine and night routine. Yes, I know her routine. She's up at 5 every day. Every day. Then she does her coffee, she does her spiritual growth, and then she gets ready to pack up her 9,000 coffee mugs to bring to work.
I only bring one and I have a water thing.
And then she goes, she may have to do bus duty with her mom, which bus duty is not a bad thing. Because as you grow older and you have, you have to take care of your parents.
Yes.
So, those routines, they are set in stone. So those are the kind of things that you do and you know that you've got to do daily. Those are fine. And then just add what else you want to do. You just add a little step here and there, but just keep the routine. Mine is make my bed in the morning, and I've started back wearing makeup because I was like, I'm not doing that. So I do that, and then my nighttime routine is to do my skincare because I want to start taking really good care of my skin. So those are the things, and make sure there's no dishes in the sink. So those little things, and they.
Oh, and I make my coffee at night, so I don't have to do it in the morning.
See,
It automatically comes on.
yeah, and if you, this might not
I
work.
love my coffee pot. It dings and lets me know it's done. I'm like, yay!
This might not work for Danny because she has, well, I don't know if she took out those 9 bags of clothes, but picking out your clothes the night before, and I know she'll be like, I had to go through all these clothes. I know. So pick
If
your
you're like
clothes.
me, you pick it out the night before and you get up the next morning and go,
You know, I'm not
yeah,
wearing
I'm not
that.
wearing that. What in the world was I thinking? But I did pick out my clothes last night.
Or this one chick, she said that picking out her jewelry of what she was going to wear was the hardest thing for her. So I'm like, whatever you think is going to be the hardest for you to do.
She must have a lot of jewelry.
Yeah, she loves jewelry, so that was the hardest thing for her to do.
Mine is normally the same thing, except for on given days I change bracelets.
Yep.
That's about it.
Yep. So we hope that this has helped you a little bit. And one other thing, and this, me and my daughter had gotten into this a lot, and I know Dana does this too. We used to do this on a weekly basis, or maybe it was a monthly basis. Journaling.
Yes. We did it monthly.
Monthly.
Mm-hmm.
We would do a Bible journaling, and my daughter and I would do a bullet journal, and we would,
I started that.
Yeah.
I started one.
it was so fun. And
I kind of got, I don't know, I just quit.
I think you did, other things got in your
It got a little busy.
yeah. So maybe that's something that would help you to just journal. It doesn't have to be something fancy. It could be like one of those composition books. Just start journaling.
They have them that have like the graph paper grids.
Mm-hmm.
Those are amazing. Or they have them that have like the dots.
Yes.
Because I bought one of those that just has like, they're not standout dots. You can just look at them and then you can draw in between them or whatever. Those are really good. That's the kind I have.
You get stickers and you can just write notes to yourself, or you can do like plan out a calendar. You can, whatever, you can make it a menu thing, whatever you need to make your day go smooth. Put it in that
It's kind
journal.
of like a release.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Like you start writing this stuff down and you're like, whew, that makes me feel better.
It's like a grown-up journal, like diary,
Yeah,
that you don't have to lock up.
right. Right.
Remember those? You had the little key in there, but you could
I
break
never
into
understood
it.
that. You could actually break the thing open and not even have it. That was ridiculous.
So, well, it was the coolest
Then you
thing.
lose it.
Yeah, that was the coolest thing when we was saying. You just write that down and lock it up. Like back then, those like memories was like, oh God, nobody better read these.
Then you have your little key, and then you lose your key, and then you have to take scissors and cut the lock off. Like that's real safe, isn't it? Real secure.
Oh Lord, it's
But-
so funny.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's our new saying, I think. It is what it is. And Daniel was talking about a word for the year. That could be something that you might want to think about picking
Yeah.
a word for a year.
Mine is purpose.
Purpose.
Yes.
Mine is unbreakable.
That's good.
Unbreakable. And whenever you're feeling down or whenever you just need to pick me up, go back to your word. Remember why that word is important to you.
Yep.
And then pull from that, pick yourself up, and
Dust yourself off.
and start again.
Yes.
So we've had fun on this first book chat of 2022. I love saying that now.
And I hadn't messed up writing it yet.
I haven't either, but
Oh, God,
watch.
I will now that I said it out loud. Because I thought this morning, whoo, I hadn't made a mistake writing that yet.
I will as soon as I get back upstairs.
I heard a joke today and I didn't hear all the end of it. I just heard I didn't hear the whole joke. I just heard the punchline, and it's something about tutus. Like the tutus that you wear. I wished I'd heard the first part of it because this guy just laughed and then he snorted and he laughed again, and I thought, man, I should have heard the first part of that because the last part of it wasn't really funny. But he thought it was hilariously funny.
So I also, if you have young children, don't think that they can't benefit from
Yes.
all of this as well. We do have some books in juvenile that and easy. So the one that's and there's more than one. Know Who You Are, and it's in a juvenile, so that would be downstairs.
Down here.
And then there's one in the easy section, and it says, I Need a Little Help. So if we start with our children now and teaching them who their true to follow their trueness, think about how they will become as teenagers.
I just saw one over there when I was doing the shelves that says the day you began. And it doesn't say the day you began, like when you were born. It's the day you begin. And it's about a young lady that goes to, she's in kindergarten. And nobody looks like her. Nobody dresses like her. They're all different. Of every, clothing, hair, skin color, eye color, they're all different. And sometimes we forget, they have as hard a time as we do dealing with the new year and the new things that are coming out. And it talks about how she goes through this whole, day looking around at different things that are different. And then somebody smiles at her. And they become friends and they play on the playground. And then other kids join. That's not very much different from us. Kids can make friends so easily. But we are older, and you want to say sometimes wiser, but that's really not the case sometimes. We're set in our ways.
Yes.
And that is setting our ways in how we decorate our house, how we clean our house, how we make our bed, or however that works. We're set in our ways. Sometimes we need to just step out of the comfort zone here and do something different. Not it doesn't have to be extravagantly different. Just something different. And then maybe add something else the next week. Because we get in a rut and we get in a routine.
Yeah, you never know. You may find out that you're good at something that you never thought you'd be good at. Or
Right.
something that you never thought would be fun.
Right. Take a chance.
Yes, take that chance. Make that leap.
And wear your tutus.
And wear your tutus. In 22.
In 22.
I told you I love that. Oh, and speaking of, and I know we're getting ready to end this, all the books does not have to be nonfiction. And one of the fiction books that comes to mind, and we've talked about this book so many times, it's actually an Audible. Yeah. And it is Brown Eyed Girl. And the reason
I love that book.
I know, see how she is, see? I'm the same way. The reason I think that book came to my mind is because the woman that's in that book thinks so, she has a negative outlook
Perspective. Yeah.
of herself. I mean, and sometimes as women we do that. We're our own worst critic.
She doesn't see herself as somebody else does.
Right, and then it took Joe
Everybody needs a
Joe.
Joe.
That's true. He comes into her life and he starts to show her how he sees her,
She doesn't believe him.
but he doesn't give up.
No.
And then he wins her over, and
It's just a really good
it's
one.
just a really good book. It's a really good love story.
And she's not one of the, like you see on TV, every movie you see just about, the lady is just prim and proper and she's the right size and the right clothes. This is not her.
She is a plus size beauty.
Yes. And she is so self-conscious about everything. But the way he talks to her is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't see her as a plus-size beauty. He just sees her,
Sorry.
which is so amazing.
Words can kill.
And
Don't.
words can lift up.
And words can lift up. Don't kill yourself by the way that you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
And we're in this, but would you talk to your child, your grandchild, the way that you talk to yourself?
Ooh. That'll preach.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Would I say the stuff to Dana that I say to myself?
Probably not.
Why would you treat yourself worse than you would treat your
Less
friend?
than.
Less than you would treat anybody else.
Think on that.
Know your worth and then add 5 cents to it.
Right.
We love y'all and welcome to Book Chat 2022.
Bye.
Bye. Keep waving because I got to get over here
Just gotta walk around the block.
and I have a bad knee. So, bye.